they can be bought or influenced.
Evidenced by some people who are leading the Gen Z uprising at the onset of the revolution in 2024 ended up in some particular political parties.
Yes.
And at the time, it was a leader less, tribe less. But eventually, some people emerged as leaders and they were absorbed in some other political parties. Now, people are saying they don't want that.
Yes.
Again, they have lost faith in these political parties because they're saying the same political parties have continued to congregate. They mutate as they find fit.
Yes.
That's when you end up with handshake, cooperation, whatever form of, merger you want to call it, just for political expediency, to save their own skin. Now, young people are saying, no, we know, number one, that we, the people, hold the power.
Yes.
We, the people, even in those political parties, we are the members. So we are the membership who should advise the party leaders on the direction to take. That is what people are saying no to. But you seem to be insisting that is wrong. Both could be right at the same time. But what do you think will carry the day?
I want to bring in my brother advice, but let me say this so that I tie to what I said last. That one, recently there is a country called Madagascar. Growing up, it had a president called Makraval Omanana.
Right.
From where I come from, we used to say Makrabolo banana, which simply means, we call a banana in my mother tongue Rabolo. So we used to get confused that, what do you mean Makrabolo banana? Again, that joke will only be understood by people from where I grew up.
Indeed.
The thing is, in the wave of Arab Spring, they elected someone called Andrew Rajoelina. Recently, you know that Andrew Rajoelina had to take off.
He didn't have to take off. They drove him out of the country.
They drove him out of the country.
There's a big difference between the two. And I'm glad that you're using that Madagascar example.
Yes.
Because it could give a meaning as to what people are saying. Did they have a plan? They didn't. Did they have a plan?
No.
Did they have somebody who was rallying them around this idea?
Ndoya, I am your guest. You will let your guest make a statement.
Exactly.
Make his point.
One thing that we will not allow also is for us to not go in a particular direction.
Yes.
Because if we want to use that as an example, if we allow me now to be the one to bring you in, that when we are saying that there must be a plan, there must be a leader, there must be something that you coalesce around, there must be you must go, as advice has said, towards the mainstream political agenda.
Yes.
You brought up Madagascar. They did everything but those things.
Yes.
And their agenda was to get rid of Rajoelina. And they did. He had to leave the country, not just the State House.
But you see, you jumped in before I said the next thing I was going to say. And that is why I'm reminding that I'm your guest. And I wish you give me an opportunity to make my point.
You have a minute to do so.
That subsequently, the person they brought in, again, did not come in through what you call through a democratic means. They had to just find somebody else with the ties to the same old establishment. No, in 2011, in the heat of that Arab Spring thing, we had secular young people in Tahrir Square in Egypt who were able to organize and mobilize. But then again, for lack of what my brother calls the plan, subsequently, it is Muslim Brotherhood that came in and occupied that void. And again, when there was elite fallout between the Muslim Brotherhood and the military, then Fatah el-Sisi came in. I think that the young people of Kenya can learn from these mistakes and then say that we must organize better. Part of why some of us think that we can organize better and within the confines of the mainstream organizing as envisaged in the Constitution is this. That one, if there is a fallout akin to the ones in these other places that some of you want us to look as shining examples, there will be collapse in institutions locally. Because when individuals come in who have not come in through the ballot, there are some of the things they will have to institute. One of them being what do you call it? Curfews. Curfews, military curfews within certain times and within certain times. So I think that we are better off with a democracy that is imperfect, that we can strive to perfect, than making a case for this other alternative means that are not backed with the law.
You make it sound like you're fear-mongering and letting the people know that they do not own this country enough to chart a direction that they desire.